Welcome back to Coin Currency. Today, we're diving into the top 5 most valuable Washington quarter dollars, their history, rarity, and what makes them worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. First up, the 1985p Washington quarter dollar is a common yet interesting coin that continues the legacy of the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin bears the P Mint mark and was produced in large quantities. Over 775 million pieces were minted that year, making it highly accessible in circulation. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse of the 1985 P quarter features a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, facing left. The inscriptions include Liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date 1985 below the bust. On the reverse, you'll find a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows with 2 olive branches beneath, symbolizing strength and peace. Around the top rim is the inscription, United States of America, and at the bottom is the denomination quarter dollar, with E pluribus unum centered above the eagle. This coin is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, a copper core sandwiched between 2 layers of copper-nickel alloy. It weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters with a reeded edge. The 1985p Washington quarter holds minimal value in circulated condition due to its high mintage and widespread availability. Most worn examples are worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples graded MS65 or higher can command modest premiums. As of recent market trends, an MS65 quarter might be valued around $5 to $10, while superb gem examples graded MS67 by PCGS or NGC can reach up to $100 or more, though this depends heavily on demand and eye appeal. Coins with strong luster, clean surfaces, and sharp strikes are preferred by collectors and can sell for more. Full strike details, especially on the eagle's feathers and Washington's hair, make a significant difference in how collectors perceive the coin's quality. No major errors are officially recorded for the 1985p quarter, but collectors do look for anomalies such as off-center strikes, die cracks, die clashes, and doubled dies. These types of mint errors can increase a coin's value considerably based on the severity and visibility of the error. For example, a dramatic off-center strike or a visible double die might bring in anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on its condition and rarity. Another thing to note is that while the 1985p quarter is not silver, some people mistakenly think older-looking quarters might be. Only quarters dated 1964 or earlier contain 90% silver, so the 1985 issue is strictly a base metal coin. Next up, the 1997p Washington quarter dollar is a modern coin struck at the Philadelphia Mint as part of the long-running Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Like other standard quarters from the era, the 1997p features the familiar design by John Flanagan, with a left-facing portrait of President George Washington on the obverse. The inscriptions include Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the left of the bust, and the date 1997 centered below. The reverse showcases a heraldic eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows and flanked by olive branches, symbolizing military readiness and peace. Surrounding the design are the inscriptions United States of America, a pluribus unum, and quarter dollar. The 1997 P quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad alloy, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. It weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters with a reeded edge. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 595 million of these coins in 1997, making it extremely common in circulation and easily found in pocket change even today. Because of its high mintage and modern composition, the coin holds minimal value in circulated condition, typically only its face value of 25 cents. However, coins in uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by grading services such as PCGS or NGC, can have a slightly higher market value. A 1997 P quarter in MS-65 condition might be worth around $2 to $5, depending on demand and visual appeal. In MS-67 or MS-68, values can jump to $25 or more, but only coins with exceptional luster, clean surfaces, and sharp strike details are likely to reach that range. These higher-grade examples are usually found in original mint rolls or uncirculated mint sets. While the 1997 P Washington quarter does not have any widely recognized major varieties, collectors do seek out mint errors that occasionally occur during production. Some of the more desirable errors include off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, die clashes, and doubled dies. For instance, a well-centered off-center strike or a strong doubled die can bring in $50 to several $100, depending on severity and condition. These errors are not common, but are always worth watching for when examining bulk change or rolls of quarters. Next up, the 1991 D Washington quarter dollar is part of the long-standing Washington quarter series, which began in 1932 and continued with the original eagle reverse until 1998. This particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the D Mint mark located to the right of George Washington's ponytail on the obverse. The obverse design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, features a left-facing bust of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Around the portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date 1991. On the reverse side, the coin depicts a heraldic eagle with its wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows and flanked by 2 olive branches, symbols of military readiness and peace. The inscriptions include United States of America across the top, E pluribus unum above the eagle, and quarter dollar along the bottom. The 1991 D quarter is made of copper nickel clad, a composition introduced in 1965. It has an inner core of pure copper and an outer layer of copper-nickel alloy, resulting in a silvery appearance with no silver content. The coin weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters with a reeded edge. Over 630,001,991 D quarters were minted, making this a very common coin in circulation. Due to the high mintage, circulated examples are worth only their face value, 25 cents, and are easily found in everyday change. However, collectors do show some interest in high-grade, uncirculated examples. Coins graded MS-65 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC may be valued between $2 and $5, while MS-67 examples can bring in $25 to $40 or more, depending on market demand. These values are primarily for coins with excellent strike quality, strong luster, and few or no noticeable contact marks. Finding such high-grade coins usually requires looking through uncirculated mint sets or original mint rolls from 1991. While there are no widely recognized varieties for the 1991 D Washington quarter, some error coins from that year are collected and can be valuable. Common error types include off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and die clashes. Dramatic or visually impressive errors can raise a coin's value significantly. sometimes reaching prices of $50 to several $100s, depending on rarity and condition. There are also occasional reports of weak strikes or misaligned dies, which may have minor value to error collectors. Next up, the 1990 P Washington Quarter Dollar is a modern U.S. coin struck at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P mint mark found on the obverse of the coin just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. It continues the classic design that has defined the Washington Quarter series since its inception in 1932. The obverse, designed by John Flanagan, features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Around the portrait are the inscriptions "Liberty" at the top, "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1990 at the bottom. The reverse depicts a heraldic eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows and surrounded by olive branches, symbolizing the United States' readiness for defense and its preference for peace. Around the edge are the inscriptions "United States of America" and "Quarter Dollar," with "E Pluribus Unum" just above the eagle. This quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad alloy, meaning it has an inner core of pure copper and outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters with a reeded edge. The 1990 P quarter had an enormous mintage of over 613 million coins, making it extremely common in circulation. As a result, circulated examples typically hold only face value, 25 cents, and are not considered rare or valuable. However, in uncirculated condition, the 1990 P quarter can be worth more to collectors, especially those seeking high-grade examples. A quarter-graded MS-65 might sell for around $3 to $5, while an MS-67 example can be worth $25 or more. These values are based on the coin's strike quality, surface preservation, and eye appeal. Full luster, minimal contact marks, and sharply defined details, especially on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, are all factors that increase the value of uncirculated coins. High-end specimens are usually found in original mint rolls or U.S. mint uncirculated coin sets. While the 1990 P quarter does not have any famous varieties, collectors should still be alert to mint errors that can increase a coin's value. Errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, die clashes, double strikes, and clipped planchets are all possibilities. A strong doubled die on the obverse or reverse, if discovered, would be especially desirable. These errors can range in value from $25 to several $100s, depending on the type and severity of the flaw. Though rare, such coins do appear from time to time, especially in bulk coin searches or dealer stock.